Let's get started with the Milwaukee Bucks winning the pristine NBA Cup, sponsored by the Emirates.
Yeah.
Another Dubai.
That's huge.
Another Dubai reference there. In Las Vegas. Yeah. Congratulations to Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Congrats. Yeah. No, I don't know. Still new to me.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Uncle Sammy, jump in here. Giannis is the best NBA player right now.
I don't know. He's caught fire. He's caught fire. It's funny that we ended our LA trip talking about how these guys can never come back.
Yeah.
And now we're back here in the first pod back. They're back. Like they're legit again. So, I gotta give it up to him, and I like the fact that he is looking out for his play, like his teammates, right? Like there was a guy on a 2-way contract. Yeah. And he kept telling the guy, we're gonna get you a house in Iowa. The guy's making nothing, and he gets 500,000. Every player gets 500,000. So I respect that.
That's not chump change. 500,000. Even if you're making a couple million, 500,000 is big.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why these players aren't playing harder for the NBA Cup though. Maybe they are, and I just don't see it.
I don't know, like. And that's why I was hesitant to say congrats at first. Not to say that he didn't earn it or the Bucks didn't earn it or whatnot, but I guess it's still new. Like last year when the Lakers won it.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of the Pacers coming out party and everybody was all up in arms about Halliburton. Oh, he's the next. And then he just fizzled out. And then it's like the Lakers won.
But it's good though. You know why I like it?
Yeah.
Because at the end when it comes down to the NBA championships.
Yeah.
Injuries really has a huge part in that.
True.
In mid-season, you're kind of getting the best possible situation where talent versus like injury-free. I'm not saying anything's injury-free, but you're getting the true really good teams. You're not basing it off someone's not available.
True.
And strategizing for that. I don't know what you think about that, Uncle Sammy.
And to your point as well, I kind of understand what you're saying, but it's also like once you get to the tournament stage, it's like you can't lose. So you can't afford to lose a game. Whereas like, in a series, it's best of 7. You can have a bad game. Well, if you have a bad game, you're out, right? So it's kind of different than the finals and things like that. You got to win. You got to win out.
I think the one element missing from it that people look at it and say there's not enough hype about. It's new. That we said, right?
Yeah.
It's new. People are always haters at first. I don't care what you say. Everyone hates on new stuff, right? Second of all, it's in Vegas.
True.
I don't know if that's the best place or they need to go back to, like, if this was in Milwaukee, this would have been huge, right?
Sure.
If the game was in Milwaukee or OKC.
Yeah.
I don't know how they solve for the Vegas being the medium ground because, like LA, we were there. Vegas, I think, is the same thing. They're not really home fans. They don't have a team. I mean, they're just stragglers there, like basically, stranded people. If you can afford it, because I heard tickets were going crazy.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're a huge Milwaukee fan. You're going to travel to Vegas. That's a huge trip. That is a long flight, right? So to go to Vegas to go watch the NBA Cup is tough.
Yeah.
And you're not getting local people sitting in the stands.
No.
They're not cheering their hearts off and things like that. So
definitely
that's another downfall for the NBA Cup. I think they have to figure out.
Yeah. And I also think too, at some point the NBA is going to try to put a team in Vegas. So I think maybe this is kind of, okay, they have the arena. Okay, they have the population. They have the celebrities that are coming out. Because I did notice the NBA was doing a lot of, these are the celebs at the NBA Cup. Okay. I don't know if you've seen, they have like an entrance where they have the cup in the middle and they have like a runway where just a whole bunch of celebrities walk down and they're posing up in front of the NBA Cup. And, so they're really trying to market this, right? So, and we do know at some point that the NBA does want to put a team in Vegas. So maybe they're using this as kind of a test. But to your point, if this was in Milwaukee, if this was in OKC, you would get the passionate fan base. You'll have a loud, thunderous building.
You won't get the fan taking a picture, say no one's in the audience, and contributing to like the NBA ratings issue and making it look worse, right?
True.
But That go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's exactly that, and I think, again, these are just random people. What was it? Played on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Well, when we're recording this is Wednesday, but Tuesday night, like
Tuesday night, traveling to Vegas, hotel prices are skyrocket.
Exactly.
Ticket prices are skyrocket. You have Milwaukee and OKC. I'm not saying those folks can't afford those tickets, but like those are the challenges of making it a hyped up thing. Yeah. Right?
No, it's true. And I think it would make more sense if the NBA did do it in one of their who's ever in the finals, it's in one of their places, arenas, right? Yeah. And you'd get, because Milwaukee's been there before. They won a championship, right? So, within that COVID couple years. So they have the fan base. OKC has a fan base. They're a really good team. Yeah. Right. So, but I think the NBA is just trying to do too much right now. Too much.
You're talking about like all-star changes and
like all the stuff that's playing in. It's just, again, I even heard KD was mentioned. Just go back to East versus West.
But that's the same KD who's not trying in the All-Star game. Do you agree with me, Uncle Sammy?
I like that they're kind of trying to think outside the box with the All-Star game, but when your players don't like the format, like it's a problem. But I understand what they're trying to do, because I don't like the East versus West if the score is like 200 to 201. Like, it's kind of boring. It's not really a game, right? So I guess the NBA is trying to be like, okay, if we have like 4 teams and we put them against each other, it gets a little bit more competitive. But from a player perspective, I guess it's like an all-star break, right? So you're also not trying to be competitive where everybody else is on a break and you're playing, and then you got to go back and play hard again. So I don't know. It's hard to kind of figure out what the medium is.
But also too, Katie's complaining, but the NBA Player Association approved this format change. Yeah. So it's players. Yeah. Saying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This will work. So I'm not a KD hater. I just don't think he's the guy who necessarily needs to comment on this stuff. Honestly, I think it's the fans that should comment on this stuff. KD doesn't like change, to be honest with you.
That's true.
He likes changing teams, though.
He likes changing team. Give it to him, Uncle Sammy.
I don't know. I'm on the side.
You're gonna get a burner. You're gonna get some. Sam knows what I'm talking about. You're gonna get some burner account messaging you. Oh yeah.
We get comments going at me. We know.
And by the way,
we know you, KD. We know.
Yeah. Oh man, KD was the one who made that burner account. Like,
he denied it first.
Yeah, like he's the one. Anytime I hear burner account, I always think it was KD. I've heard of other athletes having it, but it's always going back to KD.
Didn't Brian Colangelo have a burner account as well?
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
He was like, "That's a great trade I made."
Brian Colangelo. What was he doing? Like talking bad about the Raptors or something?
I forgot the story. I think he was trying to influence trades.
Like, what the criticism and stuff. He was kind of saying, "I think that was not warranted." Blah blah blah. He was like sticking up for himself in third person.
Damn.
Bargnani's underappreciated. I'm watching all these like new Raptor episodes.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize he was underappreciated. I think I'm following what everyone's saying too much. I gotta have my own thought. I gotta have my own like mind. We're influenced too much by other people's thoughts, man.
I don't know.
Bargnani was a good player.
He was good, but I just don't think the way that the Raptors looked at him.
I think we looked at him properly. We just didn't surround him with proper players.
No, like, you know what it was?
Was that?
He was actually before his time. So the NBA now, actually, he would be very suited for it. He would actually be dominant because of the big man and the three. Yeah, but he was like one of the early big men who shoots threes, and it still wasn't there quite yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're kind of getting at, like when you look at it now.
That's true. We didn't have the coach to do that, right? Like if we had a D'Antoni, maybe he would have figured it out.
Yeah.
but we didn't have that mindset of the coach.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what was the missing piece. Because they were always complaining, throw it in, make him bang in the post or whatever. But when you got a couple guys, you're just banging this.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Okay, cool. So NBA ratings, right?
Yeah.
So NBA ratings are down 50% year over year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
That,
huge.
especially the contracts they signed with like all these television streaming networks.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at this. Potentially that could impact the money, right?
Yeah.
Because it's also a portion based on performance and ratings.
Yeah.
I honestly think some of that might have to do with streaming and fans saying, I got to get on the streaming thing to see teams. I'm seeing that with the NFL now where a lot of people are hating on that because you used to be able to tune on your local thing, but now it's like on Amazon and Netflix.
Yeah.
The other part of it, they're saying NBA is not exciting anymore because of the threes, but the threes is what got them the ratings. My opinion of this is it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be waves. LeBron, Curry, KD, they're all kind of winding down their career.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in those championship games anymore. So kind of like what happened with Jordan, there was a lull for a bit until we start building up these new stars. I don't know what you think, Uncle Sammy, on the reason for that.
I think threes have a lot to do with it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't, and you guys know how much I love the NBA. I haven't watched a lot of the NBA this year either. And it's because it's like a 3-point shooting contest. Like teams, I heard there was one game had the most missed threes in like NBA history. They had like 75 missed threes combined. But then put together how many threes that they hit then in that game as well. So how many threes are you shooting in a game? You know what I mean? So it becomes kind of boring because all you got to do is shoot threes from the perimeter. There's nothing to it, right? So I also think part of it could be that all of these, yeah, you're right. Stars are winding down their career, but the stars are also trying to like bring players to the same team. So if I'm a fan and my team doesn't have a chance or is not interesting or whatever, you kind of get bored. Like, you don't want to see the same. This is what the NFL is good at. They have parity in the league. I know you could say Kansas City wins, but there's other teams every year that you're thinking has a legit chance to win it. Once you make it into the playoffs, any of those NFC, AFC teams that are in the playoffs can win. Like remember when Eli Manning beat the undefeated New England Patriots?
Yeah.
That was massive, but no one thought it could happen, but it happened, right? In the NBA, you're not gonna get that. You're never getting that happen because it's the same teams over and over because they all have the 3 stars where the other teams are looking to rebuild, right? So I think that doesn't help them.
No, it's true.